Hello, dear friends, myself Dr. Surekha Jaiswal, Head Department of Physics, Moreshwar Arts, Science and Commerce College, Gokargan, District Jalna. Today we will see General Electronics Semester 4, course code number PHY 205, paper number 11. Now today's contents are stabilization, stability factor, method of transistor biasing, base resistor method or fixed method. Now in previous lecture we study the basic function of a transistor is amplification. An amplifier is an electronic device which amplifies the strength of a weak signal. In order to use BJT as an amplifier, it is essential that only the magnitude of the signal should increase and there should be no change in signal shape. In order to achieve this, input circuit, that is base emitter junction, remains forward bias and output circuit, that is collector base junction, always remains reverse bias during all parts of the signal. The important factor that determine the amplification characteristic of an amplifier is the portion of the characteristic curve over which the transistor operates. For the faithful amplification, we know that the process of increasing the strength of a weak signal without any change in its general shape is known as faithful amplification. And for faithful amplification, the condition must be satisfied, that is proper zero signal collector current, proper minimum base emitter voltage at any instant, and proper minimum collector emitter voltage at any instant. So now see here stabilization. The zero signal values of IC and VCE are known as the operating point. When the temperature change or the transistor is replaced, the operating point also changes. But for faithful amplification, the operating point should be fixed. Now, the process of making operating point independent of temperature or variation in transistor parameter is known as stabilization. Stabilization is the process of making operating point independent of temperature and variation in transistor parameter. Now, need of stabilization. Stabilization of operating point is necessary due to following reasons. First, temperature dependence of IC. Second, individual variation in transistor parameter, and thermal runaway. Now see temperature dependence of IC. The collector current IC for common emitter circuit is given by IC equal to B into IB plus B plus 1 ICO. The collector leakage current ICBO is generally influenced by temperature changes. A rise of 10 degrees Celsius double the collector leakage current that appreciably increase the value of IC. This change in IC due to temperature variation cannot be tolerated. Therefore, to hold IC constant in spite of temperature variation, the stabilization of operating point is necessary. Second point, that is individual variation. The value of transistor parameters such as B and VBE are not exactly the same for any two transistor, even of the same type. When a transistor is replaced by another of same type, the operating point get changed. Therefore, to make operating point independent of variation in transistor parameter, the stabilization of operating point is necessary. Now, the point of DC load line, which represent the collector emitter voltage VCE and collector current IC values in the absence of AC signal, is known as operating point. The operating point is also called the quiescent point. By definition, quiescent means quiet, still, inactive, that is the point on IC minus VCE characteristic when signal is not applied in transistor. Suppose in the absence of the signal, the base current in 10 microampere. The IC and VCE condition must be some point on the characteristic, but these conditions should also be represented by some point on the DC load line. Now, see thermal runaway. The collector current ICBO is strongly dependent on temperature. If ICO increases, the collector current IC increases. This increase IC will raise the temperature of the transistor, that may causing the transistor burnout. The self-destruction of an unstabilized transistor is known as thermal runaway. The flow of collector current IC produces heat within the transistor. This increases the temperature of the transistor, and the collector leakage current ICBO is highly dependent on temperature. The increase in temperature increases ICBO. It is clear from the equation that collector current increases by beta plus 1 into ICBO. This increased collector current further raised the transistor temperature, that further lead to increase in ICBO. This effect in cumulative, and very soon the collector current may become very large, causing the transistor to burn out. Essential of a transistor biasing circuit. The biasing network associated with the transistor should meet the following requirements. First, it should ensure proper zero signal collector current. Second, it should ensure that VCE does not fall below 0.5 volt for germanium transistor and 1 volt for silicon transistor at any instant. It should ensure the stabilization of operating point. These are the essential of a transistor biasing circuit. First is, it should ensure proper zero signal collector current. Second, it should ensure that VCE does not fall below 0.5 volt for germanium transistor and 1 volt for silicon transistor at any instant. And it should ensure the stabilization of operating point. Now see stability factor. It is desirable and necessary to keep IC constant with the phase of variation of ICO. The extent to which a biasing circuit is successful in achieving this goal is measured by stability factor S. The rate of change of collector current IC with respect to the collector leakage current ICO constant V and IV is called stability factor. Stability factor S equal to DIC upon DICO at constant IB and V. Expression for stability factor IC equal to beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICO. Now differentiating above expression with respect to IC, we get DIC by DICO equal to beta DIB upon beta DIC plus beta plus 1 into DICO upon DIC. So therefore that is equal to 1 equal to beta DIB upon DIC plus beta plus 1 upon S, as DIC upon DICO equal to S. 1 minus beta DIB upon DIC equal to beta plus 1 upon S. So S equal to beta plus 1 upon 1 minus beta DIB upon DIC. Method for transistor biasing. In the transistor amplifier circuit drawn, so for biasing was done with the help of the battery VBB, which was separate from the battery VCC used in the output circuit. However, in the interest of simplicity and economy, it is desirable that transistor circuit should have a single source of supply, that is VCC. The following are the most commonly used methods of obtaining transistor biasing from one source of supply, that is VCC. First method is base resistor method. Second, biasing with feedback resistor, and third is voltage divider bias. Now, method for transistor biasings. Here, three methods are used. First is base resistor method, second is biasing with feedback resistor, and third is voltage divider bias. Now see, base resistor method, or it is also called fixed bias. The transistor biasing means the proper flow of zero signal collector IC and the maintenance of proper collector emitter during the passage of signal is known as transistor biasing, and the associating circuit, the circuit which provides transistor biasing, is known as biasing circuit. Now here base resistor method, that is fixed method, is as shown in here figure, the circuit diagram for base resistor method for biasing the transistor. Now see in figure, some times it is also called the base bias circuit or fixed bias circuit. See in figure here, NPN transistor, see in figure, that is NPN transistor is used in the circuit. This circuit requires one DC supply VCC as shown in figure here, to set collector voltage and base voltage relative to emitter. That supply VCC is used or required one DC supply, that is VCC, for the to set the collector voltage, that is collector terminal of this transistor, collector voltage and base voltage, that is base terminal, relative to emitter terminal of the transistor. The high resistance R of several kilo ohm is connected between the base and positive terminal of the supply. See here, that resistor is here connected in figure. Here zero signal base current is available by VCC and go through RB. Therefore, base is positive with respect to emitter, that is base emitter junction is forward bias. In this method, a high resistance RB is connected between the base and positive end of supply. Yes, for NPN transistor as shown in figure, and between base and negative end of supply for PNP transistor. The required zero signal base current is provided by VCC and it flows through RB. The base is positive with respect to emitter, that is base emitter junction is forward bias. The required value of zero signal base current IB and hence IC equal to V into IB can be made to flow by selecting the proper value of base resistor RB. Now circuit analysis. It is required to find the value of RB so that required collector current flows in the zero signal condition. Let IC be the required zero signal collector current. So IB equal to IC upon beta. Applying Kirchhoff's voltage law to the closed circuit ABENA, we get VCC equal to IB RB plus VBE, and therefore IB RB equal to VCC minus VBE, and therefore RB equal to VCC minus VBE upon IB. As VCC and IB are known and VBE can be seen from the transistor manual, therefore value of RB can be readily found from equation. Generally, VBE is quite small as compared to VCC. Therefore, VBE can be neglected. Thus, the equation 1 can be written as RB equal to VCC upon IB. As VCC is fixed known quantity and IB is chosen at some suitable value, hence RB can always to be found directly, and for this reason this method is sometimes called fixed bias method. Stability factor S equal to beta plus 1 upon 1 minus beta into DIB upon DIC. In fixed bias method of biasing, IB is independent of IC so that DIB upon DIC equal to 0. Putting this value of DIB upon DIC equal to 0 in above equation, we get S equal to beta plus 1. Thus, the stability factor in a fixed bias is beta plus 1. This means that IC changes beta plus 1 times as much as any change in ICO. Due to this large value of S in a fixed bias, it has poor thermal stability. Advantages of this method: this biasing circuit is very simple as only one resistor RB is required. And second point, that is biasing condition can easily be set and the calculations are simple. And third is there is no loading of source by the biasing circuit since no resistor is employed across the base emitter junction. And disadvantages of this method provides poor stabilization. It is because there is no means to stop the self increase in collector current due to rise in temperature and individual variations. And second disadvantage, that is the stability factor is very high, therefore there are strong chance of thermal runaway. Due to these disadvantages, this method of biasing is rarely employed. Thank you.